So good morning. Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 17 of practice. And so we're going to be on the floor again. So come. So your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the floor. We're going to come up into a cat pose in the middle. I kind of think we might stand. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. So feet flat on the floor. And just begin by flattening your lower back down and then arching into your lower back. Flattening down and arching. And notice for me, for example, I can feel that there's a difference between my left and right leg and how they do the movement and how they can move or connect into what's happening. Flattening down and then arching. Nice. And now push your feet down and roll up along your spine. So as I roll up and down along my spine, I'm checking out, how does my neck feel? How do my feet, knees, and hips feel as I do this? Is there a sense of ease with the range that I'm creating in my body? And can I move in wellness? So make the movement smaller if your spine is saying this is hard. Always adjusting, being how and who you are in this moment is exactly what you need to do. Just rolling up and down. And just sensing, how is it to feel deeply into my body? Nice. So the next time that you reach your hips up, reach your arms overhead and just pause there. See how that is for your neck, for your shoulders. And then when you lower your bum down, bring your elbows to the floor beside you. Push your elbows deeply down. Okay, I've made fists out of my hands. Lift your hips up, reach your arms overhead. Oh, the candle. And then drop your bum down, bring your elbows to the floor. As you push your elbows down, now lift your knees up towards your chest. Nice. So feet down, arms overhead, elbows down, knees to your chest. Feet down, arms overhead, elbows down, knees to your chest. So find that flow as you reach your arms up, as you lift your hips up. You can, if you want, as you draw your elbows down and draw your forehead to your knees, if you wish. So one is opening and lengthening the front of the body. The other one is shortening and squeezing the front of the body. Lengthening and squeezing. Nice. So we're going to take this movement back into zoomies. We did zoomies yesterday. We're going to do them again. Sinead, my sister, loves zoomies. So draw your right knee up towards you and pull your elbows to the floor. You can, if you want, lift your head, but you don't have to lift your head in zoomies. You can leave your head on the floor, okay? Nice. And then reach your arms overhead and stretch the right leg long so it's at the same height. Your two thighs are at the same height and your left leg is on the floor. Your right leg's at a 45-degree angle. Bend your elbows, bring them to the floor, draw your knee up towards you. Maybe you lift your head. And then zoomies long with the right leg, arms overhead. You just find that. For me, there's this really amazing rolling like a ball along my spine. It feels very wholesome. One more time. Super. So drop your bum to the floor and bring your elbows to the floor and stretch your left leg straight up towards the ceiling. So we're going to do two versions of this movement, okay? So drop your right thigh over the top of the left leg and try as hard as you can to bring your right toes to the floor. So I've lifted my right bum off the floor. I've twisted my pelvis a bit to get my toes to touch the floor on the left side. Stretch to your leg and then slowly bring your right leg all the way down and let yourself fall over towards the right as you do that. But my left foot is staying on the floor. Come back to center. So I'm just letting my pelvis really rock from side to side. Touch the floor on the left with your toes. And then drop your leg down towards the right. You can keep your right knee bent if you wish, so that you're traveling out and in with your knee bent. That might be better for your inner thigh. Or you can straighten your leg as you drop your leg down towards the right. Just feel. How do you touch the floor on the left with your toes and then drop your leg to the right? So my pelvis is moving, okay? Nice. So the next one we're going to do, we're going to stabilize the pelvis. So right leg is still up towards the ceiling, your leg is straight. And now anchor down through your lower back. Push down deeply into the left foot. And so now your pelvis is going to stay the same. So bend your right knee and try and touch the floor, but I can no longer touch the floor because I've stabilized my pelvis. Stretch your right leg up and bring your right leg out to the side, but my leg is going to stop really quite high. So I'm keeping my pelvis still. Drop your thigh across, try and touch the floor on the left. Drop your thigh out, lengthen. So how do you keep your lower back steady on the floor as you move your right leg? I feel the sense of really a weight through the front of my body, trying to stabilize as I do this. Nice. Come back to center, bend your right knee, hold on to your right knee, lengthen the left leg long, and now open your right knee out to the side. So I'm holding on to the right knee with my right hand, and my left leg is long. And anchor again down through your lower back. Really sink your shoulders away from your ears. Your left leg is floating. The floating of your left leg creates a strength and stability in the abdominal muscles. Nice. Release your right knee and then let your right knee travel over towards the left. Drop your left foot to the floor. Now I'm going to twist towards the left side with my right knee. Come back to center. Lift your left foot. Draw your right knee out to the side. Okay. Twist towards the left with your right knee. I've let my left foot drop. Come back to center. Draw your right knee out to the side. Left foot floats. Last time. Twist over towards the left with your right knee. Reach long into that right arm. Turn your head towards the right and pause. You're deeply twisting into the pelvis. Soften through the hips. Give weight into that right thigh. And the right shoulder is really dropping and sinking towards the floor. Nice. Come back to center. Other side. So both feet to the floor. Pull both elbows down and draw your left knee up towards you. You can, if you want, lift your head. Nice. And then lengthen your arms overhead and come into zoomies with your left leg. Bend your knee. Squeeze up. Lengthen. Reach overhead. Bend your knee. Squeeze up. Reach long overhead. Last one. Bend your knee, squeezing up. Reach long overhead. Nice. Lengthen your left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Drop your bum to the floor. Bring your arms beside you and let them stabilize. And now try letting your pelvis move. Touch the floor on the right side with your left toe. And then try and touch the floor with your left leg all the way to the left. I'm letting my pelvis move. So touch, and then out to the side. Touch, and side. And I'm really just allowing movement. The movement of trying to get my toe down, and my pelvis is following the movement. I can keep my left knee bent if I wish. And just travel from side to side. See what's right. Nice. Now you're going to stabilize. So flatten your lower back down, really push into the right foot, and then try and bring your left toes to the floor. It's really different movement when we stabilize. And then try and bring your left leg out to the side, stabilizing. How do you stabilize? Has much more contractile quality to it. How do I drop the weight backwards into my belly to stabilize? Nice, one more time. Stabilize. Nice, come back to center, bend your left knee. And then lengthen long into your right leg and draw your left knee out to the side. Really flattening into the lower back, stabilizing, sinking and deepening. And breath is in your belly. Nice. From here, let your left knee travel across and bring it all the way down towards the right side. My right foot is dropped to the floor. Nice. Come back to center. Lift your right foot. Draw your left knee out to the side. Nice. Drop your right foot. Left knee to the right. Back to center. Lift your right foot. Left knee to the side. Last one. Over towards the right. Left foot's on the floor. Lengthen long into the left arm. Turn your head towards the left. And then begin to sink and deepen. So you have a sense of twisting your chest, your shoulders dropping, and my knee feels like it has weight, and I'm letting the weight drop towards the floor. And that's creating this band of connection and length through the outside of my pelvis, the deep of my belly. Nice. Come back to center. Both feet to the floor. Pause. Nice. So lift both feet off the floor. Your knees are bent. Lift both arms up and bend your elbows as well. So both knees are bent, both elbows are bent. Flatten your lower back into the floor. So dead bug with stability. So flatten your lower back into the floor and don't let your pelvis or your lower back move. And then drop your right hand and your left foot down. And then come back up. And then left hand, right foot down. And it's only a small movement of the arms and legs. And the most important thing is keeping your belly and your lower back steady. So all my focus is in my belly and my lower back. So I'm going to bring it to the next level, but see, maybe you want to stay where you are. So now begin to lengthen a little bit more the right arm, left leg. Really prioritize staying stable as you do this. Maybe I feel steady and I begin to lengthen completely the right arm, left leg. Come back to center, left arm, right leg. But really feel, so when I straighten my legs completely, I can feel I can cheat a bit there. So I'm not going to lengthen completely actually to keep the integrity of the movement. I'm like, oh, maybe it's 3/4 I should go to. Because that last little bit, I can feel my lower back arching. Yeah, it's funny how we can cheat. Nice. Same side. Right arm, right leg. Is that different in your body? I can actually lengthen the right arm, right leg almost completely without my spine moving. Whereas when it's opposite, I can't. Oh, so interesting. One more time, each side. Holy schmoly. Feet to the floor and just sway your knees from side to side. Nice. So come all the way up into your cat pose. Coming up, hands to the floor, knees underneath your hips. Rounding your back and arching your back. And so as you move, feel there's certain creakiness from the dead bug pose now happening. So rounding, arching, let the movement ease into your spine, rounding, arching, one more time, rounding, arching. Nice. So we're going to try the same movement again. So in the beginning, lift your right hand off the floor, bend your elbow, let your left knee float off the floor with your knee bent. And just a small movement back towards the ceiling and then down. And you're really trying to keep stability. How do I keep stability as I do this? Maybe you begin to lengthen. So going out, I can feel that I'm really stable. And then coming back in, I'm like, wobble, 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 wobble. So notice where you wobble. Out is okay. And then as I come back in, I don't have a strong, is that eccentric contraction of my muscles? I have a concentric strength, which is the expanding, not the receding. Oh, so interesting. One more time. Those words confuse me, so I might have said totally the wrong thing. Maybe one's concentric, the other one's eccentric. Anyways, you know what I mean? So, other side. Left elbow bent, left knee bent. Just a small movement towards the ceiling behind you in the beginning. Keeping still. And then maybe you begin to lengthen. Keeping still. Down to the floor. Push back into your downward dog. And have a bit of a wiggle. Nice. Bend your knees. Straighten through your legs. Bend your knees. Straighten through your legs. Turn yourself sideways on your mat so that you're sideways. And then bring your feet wide. And then just bend your right knee. Bend your left knee. As you travel from side to side, notice how your knees take the weight, how your inner thigh lengthens. Notice how your shoulders do windscreen wipers. Oh, this is the zombie twist actually for your shoulders. Oh, how interesting. Nice. Bend both knees. Straighten both legs. Bend both knees. Straighten both legs. One more time. Bend both knees. Straighten both legs. Nice. So walk your hands out a bit, draw your feet in, drop down onto your hands and knees. So before we were going forward and backwards, now we're going to go left to right. So bend your right elbow, bend your left knee so it's floating, and then try and bring your right elbow out to the right and your left knee out towards the left, and then back to center. Side, center, side, center, other side. Left hand bends, left knee bends, and then side, center. I'm trying to keep still in my pelvis. Side, center, last one. Side, center. Nice. So bring your right foot forward to the outside. So lean towards the left, right foot forward. And then just bend and straighten your leg. So move as far away from the right foot as you need to for you to feel like you can straighten your leg. The closer to your right leg you are, the stronger the inner thigh and hamstring is. Okay? Straightening, bending, straightening. And notice how you straighten, your toes lift up. When you bend, your toes get heavier. Bring your foot flat. And then walk yourself a little bit over towards the left. And then try and draw a circle with your right knee, keeping your foot on the floor. And notice what your arch has to do. It's really quite amazing. It's got this like really dynamic movement happening in the arch of my foot. Circle in the other direction. So this is a weird movement. Weird movements are really good for the body because life is not all tidy movements. If I'm out in the garden, there's some really weird movements that I'll start to do. So that my body can manage weird movements and find wellness of them is really important. Nice, other side. So left foot, yeah. Bend your knee, straighten your leg. Bend your knee, straighten your leg. Bend your knee, straighten your leg. Walk your hands as far towards the left as, right as you need to. And then keeping your foot flat on the floor. It's not really flat on the floor, it's just keep your foot on the floor. It is flat, but it's really mobile in its flatness. It's really quite amazing. I'm kind of very intrigued by the movement of my foot here. And then roll in the other direction. Really appreciate the weirdness of the movement. Very good for our nervous systems to learn new things. Nice. Both knees to the floor. Come all the way down into your child's pose, resting down. Breath is in your belly. Let your bum sink a bit deeper towards your heels. Maybe wiggle yourself down between your thighs a little bit more. Nice. How cool. So stay there. Just pause in your child's pose. Rest there. Have a sense of really allowing your head to drop. Allow all that's in your head to pour out into the backs of your hands or into the floor. Nice. Thanks for joining me. So lovely. And I'll see you all tomorrow, day 18. And I think I have time later on today that I'll be able to do it. So I'm probably going to launch what we're going to do in February tomorrow morning. Okay. Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, it's exciting. So I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, be well. Find random weird movements in your day and enjoy them. Bye.